I'll be top right.
Hey everyone, my name is Waffles. Welcome back to another Maplestory event guide. Today we're going to be going over an event that is currently going on right now. Now, most events usually follow a specific pattern where you obtain event currency through a daily routine in order to spend on useful items in a coin shop. However, this event is going to work a little bit differently, as there is no such thing as a coin shop for this event. Welcome to the Celestial Festival, an event that is available to players level 61 and above. This event will be around from August the 26th to September the 22nd, and despite there not being a coin shop for you to purchase goodies from, don't let that fool you into thinking this event is bad. As a matter of fact, this event, in my opinion, has the potential of being one of the best events to help your character get stronger, both in level and damage. We're going to be trying to take a look at this event from top to bottom, covering most of the information that you're going to want to know so that you can customize this event to your preference. And when I said customize, I meant it. This event is one of the first events where you can actually customize the event to best benefit you as a player. Every week you can choose one of 3 different perks, and each of them do something different. The Celestial Surge will help you gain more experience as you hunt monsters out in the field. The Umbra gives you access to a special hunting ground with monsters that give some really good EXP scaling to your level, and the Unending Night specializes in giving you additional rewards when you complete your Arcane River dailies. You only get to have one of these perks active every week, and you can swap perks every Tuesday at reset. Along with these perks, there are also a bunch of passive skills that you can obtain, which also can be customized to your liking. There are 3 different skill trees that you can choose from, with each one benefiting you in a different way. Just keep in mind that you can only get a maximum of 12 skill points to invest, so you won't be able to get all the skills, unfortunately. As for obtaining event points for you to purchase these skill points and upgrade your rank, well, this changes based on what perk you have, but there are also some general ways to get celestial points that aren't perk exclusive, being the Princess Parade and the Celestial Jackpot. Let's start the event itself. You'll find the celestial icon beside the wonky symbol in your star tab on the left. By going through a short chat dialogue, you'll be teleported to the event map itself, where you'll have to talk to all the different NPCs on the map. After talking to everyone, you can go back to the Dark Prince and he'll give you access to choosing your first perk. And as I said before, each of the 3 perks benefit you in different ways. Let's start with the Celestial Surge. This perk will give you access to a special gauge while you're out in the training fields. You can fill this gauge by defeating monsters, collecting combo orbs, and activating runes. Once you've filled a bit of the gauge, you will be able to activate the Celestial Surge skill found in your beginner tab. Upon activation, you'll deal a large amount of damage to anything around you, be given 5 celestial points, and you'll also receive the Celestial Surge buff in the top right that lasts 5 minutes. This is a new stackable EXP buff that will give you experience based on how many stacks you have. So for example, if I only have 1 stack, I may only get a 2% EXP buff, but if I were to say have 50 stacks of this buff, which is the max amount of times that you can use this skill every day, I would be getting a whopping 100% bonus EXP buff. Additionally, if you already have the Celestial Surge buff and use the skill again, the buff duration will be increased by 5 minutes on top of its remaining duration. This means that the more you use the skill, the longer it will last, and the more effective the EXP bonus will be. Furthermore, this buff scales up based on your current celestial rank. More on this later, but for now all you need to know is that as a C rank, you may only get a 2% EXP bonus per stack. But if you were, for example, an A rank, you would be getting 4% bonus EXP per stack. 2 things to note here. If you accidentally disconnect from the game due to latency or memory leaking, which is prone to happen eventually, you'll be happy to know that you won't lose your Celestial Surge buff entirely. You will still retain the buff and the stacks you worked so hard to build, but the duration on the buff will continue to tick even if you're offline. The other thing to note is that while the Celestial Surge buff does have the potential to make you level super quickly, it should also be noted that you can only use this buff 50 times per day per world. This means that if you use the buff 50 times on one character, you won't have access to the buff if you decide to train up a second character until the day resets. But even then, the amount of experience that you could potentially get easily beats out places like the Umbra under the right circumstance. The Umbra is not necessarily a perk with bonuses, but it will give you access to a unique hunting ground located on the left side of the event map for a limited amount of time, scaling with your rank. Upon entry, you'll be greeted with wave after wave of monsters that you can proceed to take out. These These mobs give quite a good amount of experience. I'd argue that they're just as good as, if not even better than, some of the Star Force maps in the game. And as you continue to hunt monsters on the map, you'll eventually encounter these Sand Rats of Darkness. Taking out these mobs will reward you with some Celestial points. You can also use EXP multipliers like Cash Op 2x and Legion Expertise to significantly increase the leveling speed in here, but you might have noticed by now that both the Umbra and the Celestial Surge are perks that improve your character by leveling them up. But why are there two different perks that basically do the same thing? Well, like I said earlier, the Celestial Surge easily beats out the Umbra in terms of training efficiency, but that's only under the right circumstance, and that circumstance is you're only training one character. See, Celestial Surge limits you to 50 casts a day per world, but the Umbra lets you have a minimum of 30 minutes in the training map every day on each character. This means that you could train on one character for 30 minutes, log in the next one, and do it all over again. Now, as of this recording, there is a questionable bug where the Sand Rats are literally one-shotting players left and right, and yes, this has been confirmed by the community manager Ghibli to be unintentional, so hopefully this gets fixed soon. The important thing to note here is that this perk is built more towards your Legion and Link skill meals, not towards anything above level 200. You have the Arcane River for that. But what if leveling up characters doesn't really suit you right now? What if you wanted to speed up the process of upgrading your arcane symbols, which would in turn increase your stat and damage in the Arcane River? Well, that's where this last perk comes in handy. The Unending Night is a perk that will allow you to receive additional rewards for completing your Arcane River dailies. Let's take Vanishing Journey for example. From finishing Heir to Spectrum 3 times and completing the daily Vanishing Journey quest, you would get a total of 14 Vanishing Journey symbols every day. Add on the Unending Night, and instead of 14, you'll be getting double that, totaling at 28 Vanishing Journey symbols every day. This arcane symbol bonus applies to pretty much all the content in the Arcane River. You'll also gain Celestial points as you turn in these daily quests. But do be warned that if you're completing your arcane symbol dailies by using the Arcane River Express Pass provided by Spiegelman, you won't be given the double arcane symbol effect from Unending Night. So if you do select Unending Night as your perk for the week, make sure that you put in the time to get those extra arcane symbols. And what's even better is that these reward bonuses aren't just limited to one character. You can do this on as many characters as you wish. And alongside the arcane symbol bonus, some of these regions will also give you node stones in addition to the symbols when your celestial rank is B or higher. But what exactly are these ranks and what do they do? The Celestial Festival event itself has its very own ranking system. When you first start the event, you'll be at the lowest rank of rank C, but as you continue to build up celestial points, you'll be able to upgrade to rank B, followed by rank A, and finally rank S. Each time you rank up, you will receive a rank up reward, passive stat bonuses, and also an added effect to your main perk. Based on your rank, the Celestial Surge's EXP buff will scale higher. You'll get extra experience and more time in the Umbra training grounds, or you'll receive even more arcane symbols and node stones if you chose Unending Night as your weekly perk. Upon reaching rank B, you'll be rewarded with a Mega Burninator, which allows you to speed level something to level 150. Upon reaching Celestial rank A, you'll gain access to the Sanctuary of Stars, a Star Force map that allows you to safely Star Force non-superior items to 15 star without fear of it booming. And obtaining rank S will allow you to utilize a one-time equipment transfer, or if you're in Reboot, you'll be getting a 100% unique potential scroll. But how do you actually obtain these rank ups? Well, you see, as you continue to do activities that are related to your perk, you'll start to gain Celestial points, and these points serve two different purposes for the entire event. The first purpose is that they will help you obtain your rank ups, and the cool thing is that you don't even need to purchase these rank ups. So long that you have accumulated the necessary amount of points that they ask for, you will get the rank up for free. For example, in order to obtain rank B, you will need to have accumulated 600 points in total. Regardless of if you spend those points or not, you will still retain your progress towards the next rank. But like I said before, there isn't a shop for this event, so what will you be spending your Celestial points on? The second purpose of your Celestial points is that you can trade them in for Celestial skill points. If you look at the top right of your Celestial Festival window, you'll notice this little button that says Celestial Skills. And when you click on it, a new window will open up and will show you 3 different skill trees that you can invest your skill points into. Each of the 3 different skill trees specialize in something different. The Sight tree on the left specializes in your training activities, like 100% EXP on runes, more rewards from elite boss kills, and more experience from bounty hunter portals. The Spectator tree in the middle specializes in training efficiency. You'll find a lot of passive effects in this skill tree that will increase the amount of EXP that you get from hunting monsters. Lastly, the Setting tree on the right specializes in additional rewards for your daily and weekly activities. These include even more arcane symbols from your Arcane River dailies, weekly early boss reset tickets, and if that's not all, you can also find a passive skill that increases your boss damage by 30%, which is something I'm definitely looking forward to grabbing. All of these skills are super useful as you continue continue to play through the game, but do keep in mind that you can only get a maximum of 12 Celestial skill points to invest for the event. Outside of the 3 main ways of getting Celestial points, there are a couple more ways of getting them in case you don't hit your daily coin capacity through your perk. These 3 ways are the Princess Parade, Celestial Jackpot, and the Hot Air Balloon located all on the event map itself. And for Celestial points that go beyond the daily cap, we also have the Fire Thief. At the 30-minute mark of every hour, Violetta's Parade float will appear on the festival map. You can hit this mob as it passes by and it will constantly drop Celestial points and EXP orbs for you to pick up. However, there is a limit to how many Celestial points that you can pick up, which totals to about 15 Celestial points counting towards your daily cap. Likewise, the Celestial Jackpot is a lucky wheel spin type of minigame, and there really isn't a cost for taking part in this minigame at all. The goal is very simple: spin the wheel, and if it lands on black, you win. If the wheel lands on white, you lose. Upon winning, you can accumulate Celestial points that you will be able to claim. The more consecutive wins you get, the more points that you have the potential to gain. But do keep in mind that just like with Princess Parade, the points that you get from this minigame also count towards your coin cap. You have the potential of getting up to 80 Celestial points if you can manage to win 3 times in a row. But do remember that you can only spin the wheel every 30 minutes. There's no real con to doing this other than the time that you have to wait between your spins. So if you're having trouble getting to your daily coin capacity of 100 because you picked Umbra as your perk, this may be a small solution. Just pray that you don't get unlucky and land on the white. The last of the universal ways to get Celestial points is actually an AFK zone found on the map. If you get on one of the 2 hot air balloons found on the event map, you'll passively gain either EXP or Celestial points as you AFK on them. The pink bean balloon on the left side of the festival map will give you EXP, while the Yeti balloon on the right will be giving you Celestial points. For the pink bean balloon on the left, there's actually no daily limit for how much experience that you can get. As for the Yeti balloon, the points that you do get from this will count towards your daily cap. You'll be getting 1 full point every 3 minutes and 15 seconds, which means that it will take you roughly 5.5 hours in order to reach your daily coin capacity. These 3 activities are going to be your alternative ways of getting Celestial points outside of your chosen perk. But there is also a way to get Celestial points beyond the daily cap every day. Enter the Fire Thief, and if you remember the Battlefield of Honor from the Rise event, this is pretty much the same thing. Upon entry, you'll notice this giant sand golem and these firework monsters. Your job is to deal as much damage to them as possible. The more damage you're capable of dishing out, the more bonus Celestial points you'll get. You can get up to a maximum of 40 points per run, and if you're not satisfied with your performance, you can choose to decline the reward and try again. But do be warned that the Fire Thief reward can only be claimed once per day, so make sure that you tackle this with your strongest character. And that pretty much covers almost everything for the Celestial event. This event is super useful and flexible to the player, as you can pretty much customize the event to benefit you in whichever way you want to play the game. Whether your objective is to level up your main character, secondary characters, or even stockpile a large amount of arcane symbols and node stones, the Celestial Festival definitely has something made for you. And if that's not enough, maybe the other small events will pique your interest. Burning World is still going on, but do remember that in mid-September you will need to transfer your character to a chosen world. There's no going back after you've made your choice, so choose wisely. The Fairy Bros Golden Giveaway is also making a return, with even more special rewards. These include special rewards like a unique pet, a bunch of cosmetic items, and for the first time ever, a unit damage skin at the very end of it all. So be sure to stay logged in for at least an hour to claim your stamp every day. The I Haven't Done Anything event is also making a return in late September, as if we needed even more ways of getting free experience every day. And we also have some really nice Sunday Sundays coming up, like a 5x Magsoul event, free items, and a 30% off Star Force event later on in the month. We also have the Spell Trace Fever coming back between September the 25th and the 27th. With the Star Force event coming up, players are definitely going to want to take advantage of the Sanctuary of Stars, aka the Star Force map. I personally would want to take advantage of it as well and start for some gear for my new Nightwalker, but the thing is, all my mesos are probably gone by now because of all the arcane symbols that I have to level up.